It is live high school football. 11-12 BISN.
At Cheyenne South High School.
With Steve McDonald. He could go all the way.
And Alan Cummings. We've got East Rattle.
So stay tuned for all your Friday night action here on 11-12 BISN.
Well, let's try it again. Here on 11-12 BISN. Oh,
well, good evening, fans, and welcome to Bison Stadium here on the campus of Cheyenne South High School, as tonight we have high school football for you as the Cheyenne South Bison take on the 5th-ranked Rock Springs Tigers in football here from Cheyenne, Wyoming. Steve McDonald, Alan Cummings, Scott Hume, Phil V. Hill,
and
Bethany Ann.
Bethany Ann. Amazing photographer.
Cast of characters. Once again, our pregame music was displaced, so we had to do it on the fly. But we're here to bring you exciting high school football tonight.
We're going to have to fire that guy who does that.
We're going to have to fire our production guy. So big night for South tonight as, again, they take on, for the 5th straight week, they're going to take on a ranked opponent here tonight. But good vibes in the stadium, as this is a game. I have a good feeling. I think South might be able to stay in this and maybe pull off a shocker tonight, Alan.
Well, you know, if you remember, back in the fall of 2013, South pulled off a shocker and won 16-14 against Rock Springs. There haven't been very many close games since then against Rock Springs, but that was a memorable night. We pulled off the upset against the Rock Springs team that we're technically not supposed to beat. Rock Springs playing good right now. They're 2-2. They won their first game. They lost their first game, won their next 2 games, and then lost last week in a close game against Kelly Walsh. So maybe we'll catch them not just riding that low from that loss, but also that long road trip.
Yeah, this is a Rock Springs team that is not typical of the past few years. You know, they've been the ground and pound, run it down your throat and kill clock. Well, this year they're coming out and actually throwing the ball for more yardage a game than they are running. We saw them running a lot of the spread formation in the pregame. So this is going to be a different Rock Springs team than we're accustomed to seeing. Kind of a one-man show, number 11, Mason Randall, I believe is his name. Yes, Mason Randall. He's doing all the damage for Rock Springs, so South can contain him and the quarterback. It is a bit windy, so throwing might be a little more difficult. And I think those things there, if they could stop or slow down Mason Randall, control the passing game, and get something going offensively, South has an opportunity here to maybe do something special tonight.
Well, and that's like you said, this is a different Rock Springs team. Graedyn Buell is he's like in the top 3 in passing. He's got the high season mark for passing yards in a game, Steve. And I'll tell you what, this Rock Springs team used to make games go fast with their running game. And people would say, well, how does it go fast? Well, because the clock doesn't stop when you run the ball. But now they throw in that passing game where they're 186 yards or something per game passing. That really with their running game. And now, granted, they didn't bring back any of their specialty players. Their quarterback, their running backs from last year didn't come back. But they brought back almost every single lineman from last year. And so that's what's going to make this team it's going to make this game interesting. So.
Has been a brutal schedule for South in the early going, and we talked about that a little bit. Every week's been against a ranked opponent. Rock Springs just cracked the top 5 this week, coming in as the number 5 team. Doesn't get any easier next week, as South has to travel to number 1 Sheridan. We mentioned it on last week's broadcast. The back end of the schedule gets a little kinder for South and gives them a chance to string some wins together. So the playoffs are not out of the picture. This is a big game tonight. If South could stay in this, build some confidence, maybe pull a win out here, this could turn the season around for them tonight.
It could totally turn the season around. Now, last week we did lose 47-0 to a very high-powered Cheyenneese team. But you know what? This team's young. We've been saying it all season, but we're about to hit our 5th game of the season. Some of that experience that you've learned, that you've earned, honestly, these last 5 games, should start showing up in this game. Rock Springs, now granted they do run a formation of the spread now, but they're not the Cheyenne East High School. They're not the Natrona County High School. They're still a very powerful team, but this is the type of game where you start putting all those little factors together.
So this is an abbreviated S&J Science pregame show. There was a freshman game happened before this, so getting the production up and going and ready for this put us a little bit behind. We're actually inside of 10 minutes until game time, but we don't want to leave out your favorite fan segment of the S&J Science pregame show, and that's our pregame talk with Phil, the real deal Vigil. So I'm going to go ahead and hand the headset over to Phil Vigil, head coach of Johnson Junior High and scorekeeper extraordinaire here at South, for this week's the real deal segment. Here we go.
The real deal with Phil V.
Hey, you guys know that yesterday was Earth, Wind, and Fire Day, man.
Oh.
September, yeah, the
You
night
know-
of 21st night of September, man. I was hoping we had some September up in here.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's just trying to find the vocalist to be able to nail that down, Coach.
Or maybe
we'll get
somebody could have sang that or something. Man. Come on.
Hey, we'll have it down before start of basketball season. How's that?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, Coach, let's give us our weekly update on what happened in
my
Johnson
goodness.
Athletics.
You guys won't believe what happened, man. I'll tell you what, we played a revenge game on Wednesday night or Tuesday night in the wind over at McCormick Junior High. They had beat us 22-20 over at our house a couple weeks ago. And we came out victorious 20-14. We scored on the last play of the game, and we scored a touchdown. So
No way.
Yeah, it was great. And there's video footage of one of the coaches running down the sideline, and it was a foot race between him and one of the side judges. And I'm not gonna say which coach it is, but it's out there, so maybe we can watch it one of these days. I'll send it to you.
That's really cool. So what does that put you at record-wise for the season?
Well, that puts us at 3 wins and 2 losses, so we're above 500 now, and we're I'm telling you, we're hitting that last part of the season where we're just kind of coming together and peaking at the right time. So
does the team look like they're finally just starting to get it? Things are just starting to come together.
Yeah, you know how it is. I mean, they're starting to really get comfortable. When we have a lot of kids out that never played football before, and it takes them a long time to get going, and figure out the game. And at this point, they're really starting to come together. Yeah, so and gelling as a team too. So starting to get some leadership too.
Hey, that's
Starting to
important,
step up,
leadership.
yeah.
So let's look forward towards the end of the season. Is there still an opportunity for Johnson to play for that coveted title?
Yes, there is. We got to have some help, though. We got to have some help because Cary hasn't lost yet, and we do play Cary the last game of the season. So we just need McCormick to knock them off.
Yeah.
This next week. So
how are the other sports going on? Have you heard volleyball? How they doing?
Volleyball girls, there's a ton of them, man.
Yeah.
And they're doing good. They're doing their thing. I watched a couple games of them. Cross country's got a bunch of kids out, so it's not been so bad. I'll tell you what. As I came into the stadium today, I came out to the field, and I was looking at and talking to some of the old players that are lined up tonight from the Bison. They had that look in their eye, man. I'm telling you, everybody, they had that look in their eye like they were focused. And some of the old players like Price Sanchez was giving me the eye, and I know I've seen that eye before, so I'm expecting a big game out of Price Sanchez tonight. So he better make sure that he does something.
I saw Price last night too at the team dinner, and he did. He had a look in his eye, and the team seemed really confident this week.
You better get on it. And I'm glad to see Austin's back too. It looked like he's suited up tonight. He had been he's been out for 3-4 weeks?
I think about 3 weeks at least. Yeah. So, Coach, let's give us the real deal keys of the game.
Well, that's the key to the game right there is you got to have that energy and that look in your eyes to start the game. We got to make sure it's close. You can't do what we did last week where we were, down 20-0 right away or something.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got to come out and make sure that we don't just give up big plays and hopefully keep it close and go into halftime with a close game because, when you're playing a home game, momentum's a big thing. So you want to play good in front of your whole crowd and stands and everything else. I know we got to stand for the national anthem right now. So
we're going to take a quick timeout so we can hear the national anthem. Boy, we're about to get this party started, Coach. So,
yes. And the other last thing is we just need some of those kids that we haven't called too much, or we've called them, but they need to step up tonight. Guys like Macarius Wright, Alex Soto, Trey Trimble. Hopefully one of them have like a really big game tonight and step up. I know it's hard because they're young, but
I think that's what it's going to come down to as Rock Springs celebrates in the middle of the field right on the S.
wow.
That's a very good start. That should fire this team up right now if they're even seeing it. So
that should fire up the band. The band should have never let that happen.
I know the band shouldn't have let that happen.
Yes, and of course we need that old dog Lucky to show up. It's always good to get a little bit lucky and have some breaks, right?
Luck is always good, Coach.
I'll take it any day.
Well, we're going to take a quick time out. We'll come back here for live action on 1112 BISN, your Bison Network.
Home and remain claim free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Rob reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
American National Collector Car Insurance was created by and for people who remember when cars had personality, when a new car was an event, not just a bill, when a new car was important enough to pull out the camera and document it. At American National, we believe that these classic vehicles are treasured parts of your lives and history. Whether you remember Dad coming home in a '57 Chevy, or you just like having a part of the past, American National Collector Car Insurance helps you protect your investment with coverages and features like agreed value coverage, generous annual mileage, your choice of repair facility, and many more. American National. Smart thinking rewarded.
Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Now they back out of it. Fake the throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Intended for 34, so 3 and out. Let's see what they do here.
I think they might go for it, Steve. I mean, they're on our side of the field. They're a confident enough group to say, hey, you know what?
So Jesse almost was the intended receiver. Let's see if South can hold here. This would be a big way to start the game for the Bison. Buell getting the play from the sideline. He's going to roll. He's under pressure, and he's sacked. Brady Dunn.
How many yards was that?
Sacks him back to the 40. Let's see where they mark it.
48-yard line.
Going to put it.
Yeah, 47.
47, so nope, 48. 7 yards on the sack. And Rock Springs is out. Here comes South. That's just the way they needed things to go for them. And so they'll come out with their first offensive series and hopefully a little bit of pep in their step after that big defensive stand.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Brady Dunn put a lick on that quarterback, man. Got to look for Hunter Scott, number 89, predicted to have a big game this game.
Double wing, the give, straight ahead. Trimble's got a bunch. Trimble down the sideline all the way to the 20-yard line. He's tackled by number 4, the 30-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 29. I believe, let's see. So 21 and 3 is 24 on the fullback right up the middle. And South in business in Rock Springs territory.
Boy, that is exactly how you want to start this game. Cause a 4 and out, and then you get a big run, a 24-yard run by the fullback up the middle. You know what that does is that brings those linebackers in, kind of brings them in a little bit, softens up that edge.
Again, Trimble in another big hole. Number 17.
Well, that's a 6-yard gain.
On the tackle. Give Trimble 6 down to the 23. And 2nd and 4 now. So a couple quick hitters for South. And they're knocking on the door. Second and 4.
Rock Springs playing a 4-4 stack kind of defense a little.
And Trimble's going to get it again. Boy, they're just feeding him. Number 20 and number 52 on the tackle. Actually, I think he's he did just give him 3 on the carry, make it 3rd and a short 1. So all Trey Trimble here in the early going.
Why not? They have those outside linebackers lined up just to the edge. You're weak up the middle. You only got 2 guys in the middle.
And they're going 4-4. There's a big hole. Now Fowler's going to keep it himself. He'll have the first down, get lifted off the ground. And hard to tell you who made that tackle. Number 69. And 52 might get credit as well. He actually gains about 3 yards on that carry up the middle. 1st and 10 South. Rock Springs 17-yard line.
If you're going to leave that middle that exposed, I would attack it too. You have 2 linebackers, 7 men in the box pretty much with those outside linebackers. That means they're scared of our speed on the edge.
And they'll just give to Trimble again. They're going to feed him until they don't need to feed him no more. 69 and 54 on the tackle. Give Trimble about 3 on the carry to the 15.
But then you know what? You can even throw in a player like Alex Soto, who's probably got a little bit more speed than Trimble at fullback. I'm one of those guys, hit him with power and then beat him with speed, you know.
Kick him in the right knee and then kick him in the left knee. 2nd and 7 for South. Inside the 15.
It's going to be a false start on Wyatt Garcia. He jumped left a little early. And that right there is what kills drive, Steve. Now, granted, it's still going to be, 2nd down? And
2nd and manageable, probably 2nd and 12.
But still, that's what's done us this year. We've gone on these long drives, and then we get penalties. Just left just a split too early, a split second too early, and now from 2nd and 7 to 2nd and 12.
Looks like they were setting up to run option right with Kari Wright.
And Kari's the speed you're talking about on the edge.
Again, that double wing formation. Trimble, the lone man in the backfield. Fowler to Trimble. He's got some room up across the 15. He's going to have about 5 or 6 on the carry.
They mark it right at the 15.
Well, number 52 is going to have some nice stats. Called him Mr. Howard? Oh, Jesus.
Coach McLeod getting mistaken for other people, all right.
He must have mistaken you for them ice fishing pictures. Trimble again, big hole up the middle, rumbling and bumbling.
And that's going to be a first down. Who makes the tackle there? $50. First
down and goal for South. Ball just outside the 5-yard line.
How many yards did he get on that?
Give him 9 on the carry.
South already approaching, about to surpass the amount of yards they had against Cheyenne East last week.
First and goal South.
And
Fowler.
They're still got the defense weak in the middle.
And Trimble's going to pile it forward there.
I got number 4 too. Boy, they gave
number
him
4 is the left corner, bro. I think 52.
Number what? 1 yard?
Yeah, give him a yard on the carry.
52 can't make every tackle. Well, maybe he can. I mean, he's good. I'm not saying anything to the family of Coleman Welsh if you're listening, but
Fowler's going to keep it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bison. So everybody thought Trimble was going to get it. Trimble's a little slow getting up, but Fowler kept it nicely. Used Trey as a bait and put it in from 4 yards out.
That was one of those option plays. He had it in his stomach, and then when he saw that opening, he kept it and took off himself. Kind of reminded me of me back in the day, Steve.
So Reynolds sets up for the extra point. Good snap, kick is up, and it is through.
And here's the good news about that. That's also Reynolds' first extra point make of the season.
Yes, it is. 6:25 to go first quarter. South leads 7-0 here on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
National's clients. Thanks, Tina. That's my insurance agent. American National has some of the most generous reward programs in the industry, like cash back. If you go claim-free for 3 consecutive years, they'll send you a check for 25% of your first-year auto and home premiums. It's being smart with your money. For my insurance, I don't want to be lectured, I want to be heard. American National listens and offers the right coverage with real rewards. American National. Smart thinking rewarded.
Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5000.
So back here live South, Allen pointed out their first lead of the 2017 season as they go up 7-0 over Rock Springs.
4 first downs on that drive, Steve does it. 4 first downs, 58 yards total offense on that first drive. Steve, that's a great way to open a game against the 5th-ranked Rock Springs Tigers.
So South put the boot to it. They better do a better job of covering this kick. It's going to be taken at the 3, fumbled. Oh, and man, Randall just can't get a hold of it. He's going to be dropped inside the 10. Swarm tackled. Number 60 was the first guy there. Outstanding question, Coach. Dylan Morrison.
Dylan Morrison. He's got to put us on the spot, man.
I know.
So South has Rock Springs pinned deep on their second possession of the game.
They're going to throw the screen to Randall. Is that a backward pass?
Nope, they're saying incomplete.
Oh, incomplete. Holy cow, that was close. As South jumped on it in the end zone.
Ooh, that looked a little backwards to me. I don't know. This crew here from Northern Colorado.
So now Rock Springs is going to bunch it in their old bunch set. They're
this
not
is the
having
old set.
much success with that spread here, and they'll go full house in the backfield. Give it up the middle. Nothing doing. Oh, he squirts through, though.
And who makes the tackle on that?
Looks like 62 on the tackle. I think that was Randall with the carry.
And that's Jace Packard. Jace Packard with the tackle, and he gave him what, 2 yards?
Give him about 2 yards. Well, give him, looks like about 3, so 3rd and 7. And they'll come the other way with it. Nothing doing there.
I saw Jacob Hagberg
South
get in
packs
there.
him in the middle. Price Sanchez is in there. Hagberg's in there. And that's going to bring up 4th down and 8 from Rock Springs at their own 10.
Well,
Don't think they'll go for it from here, but let's see.
Was it number 11 that was carrying the ball? Was it number 11 carrying the, or number 33? I'm really glad our stadium announcer let me know that.
Boy, they're going for it. Oh, no, a quick kick. And South's just going to let it go. Takes a Rock Springs bout, but South's going to have great field position again. That's going to drop dead about the 46-yard line. So give him 34 on the punt, no return.
And who punted it?
The punter. The quarterback, Graedyn Buell.
Number 13.
Yep. And South will start their second possession inside Rock Springs territory. Boy, that South defense coming out on fire tonight. 1st and 10. I think Soto's the fullback now.
And they've still got a soft middle.
They'll give Alex a chance at it, and he'll get ahead for a couple 3.
Well, I guess that soft middle don't mean anything, though, when 3 defensive linemen break through untouched.
Number 50
Still
at
got
the bottom
2
of the
yards.
pile. Looks like Devlin Bowman on the play for Rock Springs.
4:42 left. South leads right now 7-0. Want to thank all of our listeners from all around the country, the world. Rock Springs, Wyoming. Green River. You might live in Green River.
The International Space Station. Soto again. Left side, and he'll have 2 or 3 more there. Number 17 wraps him up on that play. Give him 3 there, 2 on the first one, and 3 there. It'll be a 3rd and a long 5.
Boy, this is a big 3rd down right here for South. And you know what? I'm sure that with where they're at in the field, the wind's behind you.
4 downers.
I call it a 4 downer, even though the wind's behind you. Isaiah has been struggling on the field goal kicking at least this year.
And now Rock Springs going 5-man on the line. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Kari Wright. He's going to have to do something himself, so Fowler did not do a good job. What's the flag there?
It's a new rule. You can't do that. You can't blindside block somebody.
So South gets a personal foul called on them.
You have to have your hands out. You can't blindside somebody. They told us that at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, that's a new rule in college and pro, too.
So will that be loss of down?
It depends on if they accept it.
They're going to mark it 15 yards back, so Fowler didn't do a good job of taking care of the ball. Lost it. Kari Wright had to pick it up in a bad position. And
Well, the good news is we don't lose yardage rushing-wise, individual statistic-wise, and it's still 3rd down. So, it's 3rd and 52. You want to get at least half of that back on this play.
so unfortunate there for South. Busted play from the get-go and a penalty on top of it. So they're back at their own 37. They need to get to the Rock Springs 37. Soto up the middle, and they'll get him across the 40-yard line. It's like 17 on the tackle, and South's going to bring the punt team in. 5 yards on the carry there. And Mason Randall, the dangerous Mason Randall, goes back. You do not want to punt it right at him, I wouldn't think.
Nah, you don't want to punt it right at him. But you know what? You do have the wind at your back, so you could have the opportunity to.
It's a high one. He's going to have time to field it and run. So they did kick it high right up the middle to him. And, boy, they've had opportunity after opportunity to get him.
There's a flag. And he's going to have
He's going
another.
to go all the way, man. That kid's going to be tired, and it's all going to be for nothing because there's another flag down on the play.
Where did he field that at? 15?
See what the penalty is here. Probably certainly on Rock Springs, I would think.
Face mask. So 85-yard punt return for a touchdown. So he's had a kick return. He's had a kick return that was called back, and now he's had a punt return.
Do you think at some point the special teams coaches will decide not to kick the ball straight to him anymore?
Yeah, that's, I would have figured that out probably after that kick return. So what South didn't want to happen just happened.
And that one's not going to get there. So the kick is no good.
And who's the kicker?
Kotzman. So 2:34 to go.
What number is he?
Number 9 is their kicker. 2:34 to go. It is South 7, Rock Springs 6. Let's take a quick timeout on 11-12 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
The face mask was enforced on the kickoff, so they'll be kicking off from South's 45. Let's see if they try to do something here, maybe squib it, or they do. It's an onside attempt. And South mishandles it, and I think Rock Springs might have
Who's
it.
going to come up
and
with
they
it?
do.
Who's going to come up with it? Number 20.
South had 2 guys right there. The ball was right in their hands, and they just couldn't get the job done. So South just killing themselves with these penalties and first and 10 Rock Springs. Some of the life sucked out here. Let's see. They're going to throw again. That ball is tipped. And, boy, Brady Dunn has showed up to play tonight, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. He's got a sack, a pass breakup, a tackle. He's going to have some pretty big defensive numbers just in the first quarter.
So, second down from the 28-yard line. See if South's defense can hold here. Another pass there, in and out of the hands of number 34, and he paid for it. He was drilled by number 28.
28 or 88?
28.
Dom Dominguez.
And that'll bring up 3rd and 10 now.
Third down of the game so far for Rock Springs. And I'll tell you what, it's amazing how momentum can shift. We had that drive going, then penalties. And then Rock Springs took advantage of it. They get the turnover from us, and let's see if South can gain that momentum back and stopping them here.
Be a good opportunity. They'll throw again. They want it all down the sideline. Caught in the end zone. Oh, and they say he's out of bounds. So it intended for number 23, and he couldn't get in bounds.
I'm going to have to keep track of this myself, man.
What are you trying to keep track of?
Whose numbers?
There's no numbers to keep track of. It was an incomplete pass.
No, I know, but you're saying names but not saying numbers. So 4th down?
They will go, and it's going to be a quarterback draw.
Oh, that's an illegal forward pass.
Was he past the line of scrimmage,
He was
though?
past the line of scrimmage.
And the touchdown to number 2. Yep, there's the flag.
He was way over. He was like 2 yards over.
Running the quarterback draw, gets 5 yards down the field and finds an open receiver.
How many yards is that penalty?
Legal forward pass. I think it's just a 5-yarder and lost it down.
Is it a loss of down?
But it was 4th down anyway, so it doesn't matter. I wonder if South declines it if it's a turnover on downs.
5 yards, and we get the ball back.
So South's going to take possession at the 31, and they dodge a bullet there after the onside kick.
We did, didn't we? We really dodged a bullet. So it's still South leading 7-6. I've got to update our scoreboard. I apologize, I haven't done that yet for all the viewers. I'm going to do that right now as we speak.
See if South gets a little more creative with that offense. Of course, that fullback has been working for him. Fowler gives ahead to Trimble. Drug down by number 50, but he'll pick up about 4 yards on the carry up to the 35.
South already with their 13th play of the quarter, Steve. There's still 1:53 left in the first quarter. I think we've matched our play total from all last week against East.
So 2nd and 6 ball, just short of the 35 for South. Fowler. Fake the give. He's going to roll on the option. Pitch it out. Garcia up to the 40. He's tackled by number 6 here on the near side, and that's going to be a gain of about 5. So it'll be 3rd down and 1 from the 40.
Well, this is a big 3rd down.
Bet you I know what the play is.
You know what? I'd like that. You fake the give to Trimble and have Fowler take it off.
That's what I'd like it to be, yeah.
That's what we'd all like it to be.
But I bet Trimble gets it. Let's see. Yep. Trimble, and he's going to have the 1st down.
54 on the tackle.
Yep, 17 around the legs, and Trimble is going to get about 3 yards on the carry. So 1st down South at the 42-yard line.
So if you're watching this video right now, make sure you head over to southhighbisonathletics.com and take part in the poll question on what you think was the biggest victory in football history for South so far. There's 5 options on there. I've casted my vote. That's southhighbisonathletics.com. Just Google South High Bison.
Think about that. 1st and 10 South. Reverse, Kari right. He's got room around the edge. Kari cuts it up inside Rock Springs territory. Taken down by number 16 at the 43. So 8 and 7's 15 on the carry. And nice play call there. They fake the fullback and give on the reverse, or the counter rather, to Kari Wright, and big gain.
Man, that's the whole thing is we're moving the chains. You know, we're getting yards, moving the chains. Put this Rock Springs defense. I mean, they're really respecting the edges, and they bid on that really easy.
Fowler's going to throw. Rolls to his left. Fowler is going to try to get to the edge, and he can't outrun number 52, and he's going to be tackled for a loss.
Throw the ball away. That's where experience, you just got to learn to throw the ball away. 5-yard loss?
4-yard loss.
4-yard loss.
And that'll be the end of the first quarter. So, hey, folks, South has a lead after 1 quarter of play. It's the South High Bison 7, Rock Springs 6. You're listening to high school football on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Take aim.
Take control.
Take charge. Take pride.
Take over.
Watch us take flight.
Hi, I'm Jaden. You're watching 1112 BISN Network. I'm Dom from the Bison, and you're watching the game on 1112 BISN.
Well, they sacked him on.
Here we're back.
Oh, yeah, that's right. All right, back live here from Bison Stadium. South with a 7-6 lead as we start the second quarter. They'll have second down and 14, ball at the Rock Springs 47-yard line. We can't have two guys in motion. There's a flag, and boy, there's a botched play there as both of the wingbacks went in motion, and now they're talking to each other. And that'll make it second down and 19 now, and move the ball back into Bison territory.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's those penalties. We start getting a drive going, and then these penalties happen, and now it's second and forever. Ugh. And now you're kicking into the wind, so you negate possibility of field goal.
And you hope you don't have a minus 8-yard punt like you did last week.
Oh, man, it's just these little mistakes they got to get cleaned up.
So second and a long way to go. Fowler's going to throw. He's got a man. Oh, my goodness. You got to make that catch. It's intercepted in and out of the hands.
Who intercepted it?
Number 6.
But you know what? It was tipped. The pass was tipped.
Yeah, nobody in the line touched it. Oh, Kobe Floyd had to hit him right in the hands.
Right in the hands.
So Rock Springs will take over in great field position at the South 37-yard line.
2 turnovers. And I'll tell you, South is shooting themselves in the foot. You can't do that against the 5th-ranked team in the 4A conference.
And Fowler made a heck of a pass there. Rock Springs is going to throw. And they're going to lose yardage there as they complete it to number 40 on the little out pass. Little screen.
Well, that's what
and he's going to lose back to the 40, so about a 3-yard loss there. Second down and 13 now.
You know, if you can keep them in long situations, any down long situations, that really helps South.
Randall, there he goes up the middle, has a hold of the outside. He's going to be smoked. Oh, they just can't make the tackle. Finally, thrown out of bounds at the 15-yard line. 25 on the carry. Garcia on the tackle.
That was their first down of the game, Steve. Their first initial first down of the game. And he just ran over Wyatt, I think. Was that Wyatt that got ran over?
No, Wyatt's the one who ended up making the tackle.
Wilkin got ran over.
And up the middle is Randall.
Brady Dunn.
Trey Trimble and Brady Dunn both in on the tackle. They'll go positive for about 2 yards, call it second and 8.
So it looks like if we can keep them, we just jumped off sides. Our whole defensive line just jumped off sides.
Yeah, and South's really bringing it, boy. If they have any kind of screenplay or a draw, they might catch South because they just have their ears pinned back and are rushing everybody.
That was our 5th penalty of the game already. Rock Springs with 3.
So second now and about 3. Going to throw, and again, way overshoots. Oh, that is not pass interference. That's a terrible call. The defender had great position.
That's a
horrible call.
Horrible call. I mean, it's going to be a 2.5-yard penalty, but it's going to give them a first down, I think.
I mean, they tried to run a little in. The defender was in position. The offensive guy ran into him, and the ball was overthrown and uncatchable anyways.
Wow. Are we sure these guys are from Northern Colorado?
Wow, that's I usually don't get on the rest, but that is a horrible call.
Wow.
First and goal now.
If anything, it could have been offensive because he ran into the defender who was making a play on the ball.
Randall's going to go up the middle, and South stuffs him up. Oh, Eagle Eye McLeod. We should have him be our spotter.
No yards on the carry. It's going to be second down.
Second and goal. And 33 gets the ball there, and he's down to the 1. Hagberg with the tackle there, gain of about 3, give him 2. Make it 3rd and goal.
We'll zoom in for all of our fans out there.
So 33 is the single back. Oh, he moved early. Snap is over the head of the quarterback, and he's going to be sacked for a big loss there.
Well, who got him first?
Brady Dunn with his 2nd sack of the game. And that's a 14-yard loss all the way back to the 15. Will bring up 4th down. And are they going to try? They're bringing in Kotzman.
Well, I tell you what.
Apparently for a 32-yard
That's
attempt.
a huge turn there. I mean, Rock Springs 0 for 4 now on 3rd down, Steve. 0 for 4. And they're going for, what is it? They're at the 26.
About a 31-yard
31, 21, 31-yard attempt. But he's got the wind at his back.
Man, if South would just quit killing themselves with penalties and turnovers. They're doing a great job defensively holding this Rock Springs team in check. Low snap, and that's not even going to be close. No good. So South dodges another bullet, another defensive stand. And with 8:55 to go till halftime, they still have the lead. It's South 7, Rock Springs 6 on 11-12 BISN.
And we're going to take just a quick station identification.
Hi, I'm Michael from the Bison, and you're watching the game on 11-12 BISN.
And we're back. That was so quick. We're back already. That was quick. South shooting themselves with penalties, turnovers. We've had 1 fumble, 1 interception. We get driving. We get a good drive going, and a penalty will back us up. South's got to finish the drive. They're still leading 7-6.
Fowler going to give it on the inside counter. Number 28, I believe, has it.
That's Dominguez.
And he has a nice positive gain there. Tackle made by 34. And Dominguez is going to have a nice little, almost a 7-yard gain there. 2nd and 3. So South has moved the ball. They've been probably averaging 4 or 5 yards a carry.
Cheyenne South Cheer hosted a youth clinic, and they're out here cheering right now. We'll pan over to them as soon as we get an opportunity.
Fullback is Soto, and he's across the 30.
First down.
Tackle by looks like number 5, the safety was in on that one. 1st and 10 South.
So I'm going to pan down to the youth cheerleaders really quick.
Soto gets about 4 yards on that.
They're out here cheering for the first half. Coach Robert and her staff always does a great job with the cheer team.
Again, it'll be Soto up the middle for a couple. Number 17.
Boy, and he got, 3 yards? Yep, 3 yards.
About 3, yeah. 2nd and 7. Be nice to chew this clock, go down and get a score, and then South get the ball at halftime. Break this one open, demoralize these Tigers. Another counter. Garcia, I believe, with the ball, and he's going to get some nice yards there. 44 with the tackle, and it is Dominguez with the carry on a counter there, and wow, nice gain there. Give him about 6 on the carry, make it 3rd and 1. Ball at the 40-yard line. Give to the fullback or fake the fullback, give, and quarterback keep here.
Trimble, is it Trimble or is it Soto?
Soto.
Yeah, they got 3 guys, yeah.
Kari Wright's going to get it, try to get the edge, and he's not going to get it. He's going to lose a yard.
I like the idea, but when you're that close to a first down.
Number 20 on the tackle, and he's going to lose a yard on the play. 4th and 2, and looks like they are bringing the punt team in. I don't see Isaiah Reynolds coming on yet. Who's going to punt it? Number 80. Get it. Oh, takes the Rock Springs bounce, so they'll down it at the 50-yard line. So only about an 11-yard punt.
That's Swank, isn't it?
Yeah, number 80. So Rock Springs will have it right at midfield, and we'll just keep it right here. 5:58 to go till halftime. South still with that 7-6 lead, and see if defense can keep the pressure on. And now Rock Springs is going to call a timeout. So let's take one with them, Alan. You're listening to 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network. With American National, you get a dedicated agent and an outstanding array of products to meet your insurance needs. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance outlet.
Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not necessarily in that order. You decide where you're going and how you'll get there. An unwritten experience awaits. Be bold, be prepared, be inspired. Your story unfolds. Laramie County Community College. Visit lccc.wi.edu to start your story today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and...
Atta baby, Nobes. Scott
Give a
Noble.
shout out to Scott Noble and LCCC Golden Eagle Athletics.
The man, the myth.
The legend himself.
The program builder. Scott, the program builder Noble. First and 10, Rock Springs. They're going to stick it into the spread. Mason Randall, the single back, twin receivers each side. Buell going to take it. He's going to give it to Randall straight up the middle. He swarmed under, and he'll probably lose a yard. 85 on the tackle there. Ooh, Isaiah Reynolds. So -1 on the play, 2nd and 11. And South holding Mason Randall in check to this point.
Well, unless it's been on special teams.
Pass attempt there. They're going to throw the out, and it's going to be caught for about a 4-yard gain.
Who caught that? Who caught that?
34 on the reception for 4 yards. So 3rd and about 7. Throw again, quick hit. That hit the ground. That hit the ground.
Oh, my goodness.
That guy over there is having a tough night. You got to be kidding me.
Well, the good
That's
thing.
An incomplete pass.
They're 0 for 5 on 3rd downs.
It's 4th down now. Did you think he caught it? Randall's going to have it, and he's going to bust free. One man to beat. Looks like Soto, and he's not going to have the angle, and a score there. So
41-yard touchdown.
41 yards, Randall on the give up the middle. And Rock Springs is going to take the lead, 4:22 to go till halftime.
And with that run right there, that run equaled or is actually more than the total offense they had going into that play. That 41 yards, they had more yards on that one carry than they had in offense going into that play. So,
and it looks like they're going to go for 2 points here on the conversion here. So Buell will be under center. Give it to Randall. He's strung out, and he's not going to get it.
And who made the tackle? Soto with the tackle.
So no good on the 2-point conversion, and 4:22 to go till half. It's Rock Springs 12, South 7. Let's take a quick timeout on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison.
Take aim.
Take control.
Take charge. Take pride.
Take over.
Watch us take flight.
Are we back on?
We are now.
So Cosman ready to kick it off for Rock Springs. They just took the lead 12-7. He's going to boot it deep, and it'll go in and out of the end zone for a touchback. South will start with the ball at their 25-yard line. So 4:22 to go till half. Rock Springs on a 4th and 1 broke a 41-yard touchdown pass. You knew it was only a matter of time before Mason Randall broke a big one. And South, after putting together an impressive drive on the last series, were stopped short. Had to punt it, and Rock Springs made the best of it and goes up 12-7. So 1st and 10 South. Ball's at the 20, rather than the 25. Give straight ahead. Trimble. Trimble's got room. He's out across the 25 to the 26. 52 on the tackle. Give him about 6.5. I guess you could call it 7. Make it 2nd down and 3. Fowler under center. And who has the ball? It looks like Trimble again, and he'll have the 1st down. It's like number 5 again up from his safety spot to make the tackle.
How many yards was that about?
You can get about 6 on that.
I'm about to show you guys the pass interference that we got called for earlier in the game from that official on the sideline.
So ball's at the 33. Trimble again. Number 17 makes the initial contact, and I don't think it looks like they're going to give him about a yard up to the 35-yard line. Rock Springs with some wholesale substitutions, about 4 or 5 guys coming in and out. Soto's going to check in at fullback for Trimble. Second down, 9 to go. South comes out in their double wing.
So here in a second after this play, I'm going to share with you.
Fullback up the middle.
Jeez, they're just. Was it Soto?
Was Soto, 17 again on the tackle. Soto's actually going to get about 4 on the carry, make it 3rd and 5.
Okay, everybody. Here's the picture of the pass interference that South got called on. You tell me who's being interfered with on that play. And I hope the officials watch this when they get back home. That was defensive pass interference on number 2, Alex Soto, thanks to our great photographer, Bethany Smith.
So 3rd and 5. And South's going to get called for delay now, so that backs him up to 3rd and 10.
Boy, that is the 7th penalty of the game on the Bison.
Manageable 3rd and 5.
Yeah. Now it's 3rd and 10, 3rd and long.
Manageable 3rd and 5, and South's offense not built for 3rd and 10 situations.
You know, and now, I mean, you're 2 for 4 on the night. You're 50% 3rd down conversions, but now this makes it a little hard. Like you said, we're not built for it. I mean, unless we can get an edge somewhere, maybe find someone wide open like Hunter Scott that's down here at the bottom of your screen, number 89.
Fowler is going to throw, and he's going to look for Scott. Well, one of these receivers needs to step up and make a play.
Oh, my goodness. You cannot have a pass just fall through your hands.
Right
like
through
that.
the hands there.
2 passes by Eric Fowler, and both passes have hit the receivers, and they just dropped them. So that's going to bring the punting team out.
That was a little high, and it would have been kind of a tough catch, but you have to make a play.
80's punting again, huh? That's Swank, if I'm right, number 80.
And I believe, high snap, but he fields it. Almost looked like it was kind of partially blocked. Ooh. And it's going to go down at the 45-yard line, so.
22 yards.
Yep. So Rock Springs, we'll keep it here. Minute 51 till half. We'll have an extended halftime break, but the Rock Springs Tigers have 1:51 to work with here, and South really needs to
I'll tell you what,
hold them out.
You got to give South's defense credit. I mean, we've held Rock Springs to 1 first down so far in the first half, and that was that 4th down run by number 11, 41 yards. They've got a total of 48 yards offense, Steve, in the first half. 48 yards.
Buell. Give to Randall. He's not going to have much. Packard swallows him up. Dunn got him low, and Packard finished it, so
no gain.
No gain there. Make it 2nd down and 10.
58 yards total offense right now is what Rock Springs has, and we're a minute and a half left till halftime.
They're going to fake, go long down the sideline, and overthrows the receiver. Soto was in coverage.
You know, that's a good break there for South because the quarterback, number 13, he had hit his last 3 passes, Steve, for 5 yards.
So 3rd and 10, you got to watch Randall trying to get some kind of draw play. I think if I was Rock Springs, that's exactly what I'd do is run a draw to Randall here, but let's see what they do. Twin receivers both sides. And Rock Springs is going to call a timeout
That's
and talk about
timeout.
it. So 1:23 to go. Let's take a quick timeout here on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
I'm but one of American National's clients. Thanks, Tina. That's my insurance agent. American National is some of the most generous reward programs in the industry, like cash back. If you go claim free for 3 consecutive years, they'll send you a check for 25% of your first year auto and home premiums. It's being smart with your money. For my insurance, I don't want to be lectured, I want to be heard. American National listens and offers the right coverage with real rewards. American National. Smart thinking rewarded.
Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
So back here live, big 3rd down play for the Bison. It's 3rd and 10. See if they can get Rock Springs to
One thing
stall
you can't
on
do
this
is
drive.
you can't let Randall get to the outside. If they decide to run, you got to keep him pinned inside. Don't let him get an edge.
Buell's going to fake the handoff. Throw over the middle. Oh, and in and out of the hands, and Rock Springs has the dropsies as well. Number 23 had it right in his gut. That would have been a big gain into South Territory, and it'll be 4th down. Now Rock Springs, again, lining up as if they're going to go for it. You don't know if they're going to punt or not.
Well, they're looking like
Yeah, they are going to punt.
Unless they run that draw.
And South do well just to let that one go. See if it gets to the end zone.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh, and I think it's going to be out at like the 1 yard line.
So that's a 55, 54-yard punt, 53-yard punt.
So South will have 1:10, but they are backed up against the door. They have 1 left. Rock Springs has 1 timeout is all. South with all 3 of theirs, but want to make sure here that they get the ball out, get some breathing room here.
And I guarantee
look at that big hole right over the
big hole
center.
Right in the middle. And there's going to be a
There's
false
gonna be a
start.
false start. Jeez.
So that's a half yard. What did I hear? Did I hear a fire?
Got a little scrap going on down there.
There's a fight going on?
Sounds like some foolery's going on.
Kind of reminds me of what happened the last time Rock Springs was in town. And I got mistaken for a basketball official as I was putting my video equipment away. And I was in the parking lot, and Rock Springs fan tried to accost me in the parking lot.
So Fowler's going to just go straight ahead with it.
They're going to give him a yard.
Give him a yard out to, give him about 2, really, out to about the 2. Rock Springs going to call a timeout.
That's their last.
So let's keep it here. So at halftime, it's going to be about a 20-minute half because we have some cheerleading demonstrations and some other things going on there.
And let's give a shout out once again.
Yeah.
We never get to see her anymore, but she was such a fixture up here all those years that we started this, but Coach Robert always does a great job with the cheer. And I'm gonna pan down to the youth cheer group that's down there. She had their clinic this week, and it looks like we had another great turnout. And she always does such a fantastic job with our cheer team there.
And she's a little under the weather tonight, so she's sucking it up and just trying to get through it.
Sucking it up, and it's a cold night nonetheless. I feel for her. That's true. That's true. Not yet. Junior Bison start tomorrow at 12:30 at Central High School against the Cowboys. Brendan Locke, when we wish him the best of luck in the state championship game tomorrow for tennis.
So the score's 12-7. Rock Springs South staying in this in the first half. They will get the ball at half. The story of the first half, South's moved the ball up and down the field.
We've outgained them.
They've killed themselves with penalties and turnovers.
South right now with 129 yards offense. Rock Springs, 59.
But South probably has almost 100 yards in penalties. So second down. Fowler going to give the fullback straight up the middle. That's going to be Trimble. Tackled by number 5, the safety. He'll get up to about the 9-yard line. Give him 6 on the carry. Bison really not in any big hurry. I think they will be completely content and satisfied to go to the half.
Just got to run one more play.
Just down 5.
Well, South called a timeout. I don't like that. I
don't understand it.
Why would you call a timeout right there? I mean,
any clue?
You're only playing for the first down pretty much, and you call a timeout? I don't get it. Unless there was an injury or someone had to come off the field. I think that's what it was. Price Sanchez being helped off the field.
Well, you don't call a timeout if it's an injury.
You don't call a timeout. You just tell them to take a knee, and then the refs stop it. And so we got one guy already on the bench there, number 64, and then now Price Sanchez heading over there.
Could be talking about some things, ball security and stuff like that. Just make sure that they have their ducks in a huddle. Do not want to do anything crazy here. 37 seconds till half. They're right in the middle of this game. Actually, we've outplayed Rock Springs.
Oh, we've outplayed them easily. I mean, I don't want to make any fans upset. Well, I really don't
Rock
care.
Rock Springs fans hate us. Anyways.
Yeah, they hate us anyways. But we've outplayed this team. We really have. The defensive effort's been there, and
give up the middle. I believe it is going to be a first down.
And who got that? Is that Trimble or Soto?
60 on the tackle. Trimble on the carry. The clock will stop till they reset the change, and then they'll wind it. Don't know if South even has to run a play. I think they have to run one more play. And it'll get us to halftime. So settle in at half. Go get yourself a cold beverage. Make you a big sandwich. Settle in. This could get exciting in the second half.
But, if we
could be a special night.
If we quit shooting ourselves in the foot, we should run away with this game, honestly.
Fowler's just going to push it up the middle, be tackled by a host of Rock Springs Tigers. And that'll take us to half. So, folks, we got a ball game here. This South High team hanging right in there. It's Rock Springs 12, South 7. We may have some special things going on tonight, so stick around for second half action. You're listening to high school football on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network. With American National, you get a dedicated agent and an outstanding array of products to meet your insurance needs. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003. With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not necessarily in that order. You decide where you're going and how you'll get there. An unwritten experience awaits. Be bold, be prepared, be inspired. Your story unfolds. Laramie County Community College. Visit lccc.wy.edu to start your story today.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports, it's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003. With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not necessarily in that order. You decide where you're going and how you'll get there. An unwritten experience awaits. Be bold, be prepared, be inspired. Your story unfolds. Laramie County Community College. Visit lccc.wy.edu to start your story today. Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not necessarily in that order. You decide where you're going and how you'll get there. An unwritten experience awaits. Be bold, be prepared, be inspired. Your story unfolds. Laramie County Community College. Visit lccc.wy.edu to start your story today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003. With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not necessarily in that order. You decide where you're going and how you'll get there. An unwritten experience awaits. Be bold, be prepared, be inspired. Your story unfolds. Laramie County Community College. Visit lccc.wy.edu to start your story today. Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not necessarily in that order. You decide where you're going and how you'll get there. An unwritten experience awaits. Be bold, be prepared, be inspired. Your story unfolds. Laramie County Community College. Visit lccc.wy.edu to start your story today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003. With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not necessarily in that order. You decide where you're going and how you'll get there. An unwritten experience awaits. Be bold, be prepared, be inspired. Your story unfolds. Laramie County Community College. Visit lccc.wy.edu to start your story today.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can. This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003. With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons. It may not take place in a classroom, but it's an ideal environment for learning. It may not involve a diploma, but it can help prepare Wyoming's young people for life. It's high school sports. High school sports can play a critical role in a student's overall education. In fact, studies show that students that participate in high school sports are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in their academic lives. If you think high school sports are only about competition, think again. Better yet, think about attending a high school sporting event in your community. You'll be amazed by what you see. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
With American National, you get a dedicated agent who can help you make well-informed decisions about protecting your lifestyle. With years of experience in the insurance industry and an outstanding array of products and services for home, auto, and life, you can feel good you're doing what's right for your family. Let Robert Martinez be your insurance ally. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not necessarily in that order. You decide where you're going and how you'll get there. An unwritten experience awaits. Be bold, be prepared, be inspired. Your story unfolds. Laramie County Community College. Visit lccc.wy.edu to start your story today. Every story has a beginning, a middle, and an end, but not necessarily in that order. You decide where you're going and how you'll get there. An unwritten experience awaits. Be bold, be prepared, be inspired. Your story unfolds. Laramie County Community College. Visit lccc.wy.edu to start your story today.
This is what matters. This is beyond X's and O's. This is the difference mutual respect makes. This is what character looks like. This is what defines us in Wyoming. This is sportsmanship. School sports. It's not the outcome that matters most, but the way the games are played. This message presented by the Wyoming High School Activities Association and the Wyoming Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Worry less about your insurance coverage while adding money back into your wallet with the American National Cashback Reward Program. Insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, and you can get back 25% of your first year premium. Best of all, your reward continues every year as long as you remain claim-free. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003. With American National, when you insure your auto and home and remain claim-free for 3 consecutive years, you can get cash back. Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
It may not require a textbook, but it's filled with valuable lessons.
Hey, this is Alan back at you live with 11-12 BISN. It's halftime, 12-7, and as you can see on the image, that's been the story of the game. Penalties, penalties, penalties. And South's got to get that under control as they've got 8 penalties on the game already, and we're only at halftime. But here's one penalty we got called for, defensive pass interference. You tell me if that looks like defensive pass interference. I don't know, to me, it looks like our guy's going for the ball and the Rock Springs player's hand is on ours, running into our player. But you know what? Who wins? The guys with the yellow handkerchiefs. So regardless of what happened in that first half, South is only down by 5 points. They limited Rock Springs, check this out, Rock Springs to 58 yards total offense, Steve, in that first half. 58 yards, and they only gave up 1 first down. 1 first down to Rock Springs in that whole first half, yet we're down 12-7.
Well, it's a good thing that horse is dead because it just keeps getting beaten on.
I'm sorry. I'm just upset about that pass interference call. It's just mind-boggling how that could be a pass interference. But that's just me. So
we've got a whole second half to go. South right in the middle of this thing, 12-7, looking around the state. The other games in progress. Number 3 East at number 2 Natrona. That's probably the game of the week. No score in that one. Sheridan is taking on Kelly Walsh. That'll be interesting to see if Kelly Walsh can stay in that. And then the first annual Gillette Bowl, Thunder Basin and Gillette. No score early in that one, and we'll see how ugly that thing
What would
gets.
that be called? What would that be called? You have the Energy Bowl, or isn't the Oil something Bowl?
The Coal Bowl.
The Coal Bowl. It's the Coal Bowl in
It's the
Gillette,
Coal Bowl.
Wyoming.
Starring Coy
Steele. Well, that's Sheridan.
He's Sheridan.
You know, Coy, if you're listening, I know you're a Sheridan person, and you're probably off to college, but you've got the coolest name we've ever broadcasted in the 7 years we've been doing this.
The Energy Bowl, starring Coy
Steele. That's just, how do you not love a name like that? I'd like to thank his parents for naming him Coy, because that was just a great name to name a kid. Coy Steele.
So South's going to get the ball to start the second half here, and this is going to be a big drive to get things going here. Defense has played admirably tonight. Offense has moved the ball but made some mistakes with some dropped passes, some tipped passes. They've turned the ball over on an interception.
Brady Dunn with 13 defensive points already, and that's just in the first half. We've done a really good job on their running back, number 11, Mason Randall. Other than that 41-yard run, that 41-yard run equals 41 out of their 58 yards, 41 of it came on one run. So South is going to have to do something with this possession.
Wilkin and Garcia will go deep for South. They will defend the north goal to start the second half. So Rock Springs will be playing into the wind. South will have the wind at their back.
Want to give a shout out to all of our people that are chatting us on YouTube. I'm going to say it looks like, is your son up in Gillette right now? PJ. And that's going to be Wyatt. Gets ran out of bounds.
Oh, they already got started.
Want to give a shout out to PJ from his dad. What is that on the field, though? Are those flags? Or no?
So South will start from their own 28-yard line here in a tight ball game as we start the second half. 12-7 Rock Springs. And Fowler will bring the Bison out in the double wing formation. Soto will get the start at fullback here.
Say hey to Eric Farmer.
Give to Soto up the middle. Ball's on the ground, and it's a fumble. And first play of the second half, Rock Springs.
Who recovered it? Number
56 with the fumble recovery.
So 17 creates the fumble, and 56 recovers it. Third turnover of the game for South, and I'll tell you what, he put a wallop on Soto. He really did. And, boy, ball protection. We talked about, controlling the ball, and you turned the ball over 3 times, and thankfully only one of those turnovers have turned into points.
Randall up the middle, not much there. Hagberg cleans it up. Austin also got a piece of that. So gain of actually no yards. He just gets back to the line of scrimmage. And, man, South just compounding.
I can guarantee you in the locker room at half, Coach Gallows did not say, okay, we're going to give the ball on it. We're going to run the ball on the first play, and we want to fumble it. I can guarantee that was not in the halftime speech.
Throw there. And did he make the catch?
Nope, he did not.
Nope, incomplete. Tended for number 2. That'll bring up 3rd and 10 for Rock Springs.
Boy, Graedyn Buell is 3 for 11 passing for 6 yards. So they've actually got 59 yards. They had 59 yards going into half. South had 100-something.
So big 3rd down here for the Bison defense. Buell going to fake the give. Buell under pressure. Rolls, throws, has a man, and that's incomplete. And, boy, 23 is having a rough night for Rock Springs. Favor Oker.
And that's going to bring up 4th down. South in the first half, Steve, held Rock Springs 0 for 7 on 3rd down, and they started off in the second half. Now Rock Springs 0 for 8 on 3rd downs, but they're in that part of the field where they'll probably go for it, you know.
Probably definitely 4-down territory for the Tigers. Buell and Randall in the backfield. Buell going to throw, has an in, and it's dropped again. And again it's 23. Oh.
Well, I'll tell you what, they've had more drop passes than the Broncos did in Super Bowl 49, Super Bowl 48. 48.
So South dodges another bullet there as they force Rock Springs 4 and out.
So check this out. Rock Springs 0 for 8 on 3rd downs, 0 for 3 on 4th down, Steve.
Give credit to that South defense, but at some point the offense.
I'm a Bronco fan too. I just haven't seen a team drop more passes than that one.
Trey Trimble will get the give up the middle.
He's going to get a yard.
56, I believe, on the tackle. Actually, it looks like a 2-yard gain for Trimble there.
Brings up a manageable 2nd and 8. South 2 for 6 on 3rd down conversions.
Fowler under center. Spin, give, Trimble again. It's going to have good positive yardage there. And Trimble's slow getting up there. I believe 60 was on the tackle. Trimble's still down on a knee, so he's going to have to come out of the game. Oh, it is Jacob. Oh, bummer. Jacob Hagbird, the shaking up Bison. So 3 on the carry, bring up 3rd down and 5 now for South. Ball is at the 37-yard line.
Well, I'd say a 1st down right here is very important. You know, kind of get that the offense going back into the rhythm. You know, get a rhythm going. Pick up this 3rd down, and then, you know, see what you can do from there. But I think this play here is pretty important right now.
South bunched in tight in this formation. Fake the give. Reverse Kobe Floyd. Floyd, he has the edge. 45. Cuts back 50. He's into Rock Springs territory to about the 44-yard line. Tackle made by number 20 there.
Well, that was a 13
to 6, 19-yard run on the reverse toss to Kobe Floyd, and South in business at the Rock Springs 44-yard line.
Well, we've got more yards this quarter already than Rock Springs had the whole first half. We just got to be able to do something with it.
So 1st and 10. Trimble, straight up the middle, big hole. Tackled by a gang of Rock Springs Tigers. 54 getting up off of the pile there. About 6 on the carry, make it 2nd and 4. Hagberg checking back into the game. That's a good sign.
Give credit to whoever just snapped the ball.
It was a good snap.
It was a good snap. Marcus Von Felt, the backup center, did a great job.
Trimble again. And he's going to be ahead for about 2. 50. on the tackle for Rock Springs, Devlin Bowman. So
Now
probably 4-down territory for
That's
South.
a football name.
Devlin Bowman.
Devlin Bowman. That name was made to play football.
3rd and a long 2.
Kind of like
Steve McDonald.
Steve McDonald. And there's the penalties.
He's signaling offsides, but.
And here we go again.
Boy, South had a player must have been lined up offsides. Jeez. Those kind of things are kind of inexcusable on the offensive side.
But those are the things we talked about that are drive killers, man. You have a 3rd and manageable, and now it's 3rd and 7, and those are things you can't do.
Probably 2 downs to get it. Oh, I was faked out there. Pitch, Kari Wright, and he's going to get down to the 35, close to the first down. Did not see who made the tackle. That's going to bring up 4th and
Is that
about
number 20?
1.
I think it's number 20, right? Is that number 20?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, how many yards did he get? 6?
So 4th and 1.5, a long one, call it.
You got to go for it here. You're at their 35. You're not going to kick a 52-yard field goal, even with the wind. Well, the wind's kind of died down.
Let's see what they do here. Double wing formation, man. Split each side. Rock Springs jumps offside. Good job, South, there. As they draw Rock Springs offsides, and they'll have the first down, move the ball ahead to the 30-yard line, and a fresh set of downs for the Bison.
And that's only the 4th penalty on Rock Springs, but that penalty came at a great time for South. First down, South. 11th first down of the game for the Bison to 1 for Rock Springs.
Great discipline there by the Bison. Keep this thing alive and finish it. That's the order of the day here. Trimble's going to have it. He did get smoked, but he got smoked. 2 or 3. 17, yeah, he is a good player.
Boy, that's his 7th unassisted tackle.
Adam Forbush give Trimble only a yard on the carry.
He's got 7 solo tackles in this game. That's 14 points just on tackles. He hasn't even had it. I mean, he's just smoking people. Second and 9.
South brings it to the line. Fowler under center. Fowler going to keep it. Fowler ahead. Ball pops loose. Another fumble for South.
Well, when you carry it like a loaf of bread, it's going to be turned over. And who picked it up? We'll have to ask the newspaper guys who recovered it. We are going to effort to see who recovered that fumble. Timeout, South.
Timeout, Bison.
Number 5.
So 6:11 to go, and man.
4 turnovers. Well, I'll tell you what. This is what happens. You outperform a team, and you're making this other team look like they're not a top 5 ranked team, shouldn't even be in the top 5. But you have 3 fumbles, 1 interception, 9 penalties, and that's why you're losing 12-7.
And Fowler had a little bit of a seam on that play. He had maybe a 4 or 5 yard gain if he just tucked it.
He's got to tuck the ball away. You're carrying the ball out there, and it's like a loaf of bread, and it's going to get taken.
Rock Springs now packs it in, full house backfield. They're going to give it straight ahead and nothing doing there. A herd of Bison led by Jacob Hagberg. It was number 11 on the carry. So no gain on the play there. And they'll spread it back out. Buell the quarterback, Randall the single back, twin receivers each side.
5:40 left in the third quarter. South still trailing by 5.
Fake the give, throw, number 2 is met by number 2, Alex Soto, but he's going to get it up across the 30 to the 32. Give him about 5 on the reception. Make it 3rd and 5 for Rock Springs.
South's defense got to come up huge here. You know, you escaped 2 of the 3 turnovers you've had. 2 of the 4, well, 3 of the 4 you've escaped because of good defense.
Buell to throw over the middle, and it is caught. Is that, oh, incomplete. So, looked like he caught it, but then the ball squirts loose. They call it an incomplete pass. That will bring up 4th down and
5.
I'm pretty sure that they're not going to.
You're at your own 32.
Go for it here, but their punt formation is just their regular offensive formation. They snap it quickly to the quarterback. Now it'll be the deep back to punt it, and it'll be fielded at the 34. Up the sideline is Garcia. Nice play there up to the 45. So I believe Randall punted that ball.
Yep. So 18.
So from the 30 to the, where'd he catch that ball? About the 30, about the 33, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So 20 and 17, 37 on the punt and about 12 on the return. Near as we can figure. And here is South again on offense.
They've dodged another bullet.
Their defense is keeping them in this game, and their offense is trying to hand it to Rock Springs on a silver platter. Double wing, strong left with 2 tight ends on the left side. Fowler's going to keep it. Hang on to it. And he's going to have a nice gain up to about the 50. So 5. Yeah. We need to put these headphones on the coach here. He's giving some expert color commentary. 2nd down 5. Fowler's going to keep it again. Have another 5 or 6. Tackled by number 52. Give him 6 on that.
And a 1st down.
And another Bison 1st down.
You said 52?
Yes, on the tackle. Coleman Welsh. How's that for a football name? Coleman Welsh.
And once again, South's in Rock Springs territory. 54 yards of offense this quarter alone for the Bison. Just 2 turnovers.
Fowler's going to pitch. Garcia has some room on the side. Driven out by number 34. And there's a nice little 4-yard gain down to the 40-yard line. Boy, South has been able to move the ball well tonight, but the turnovers and penalties have just kept them from actually maybe running away with this ball game.
I agree with Eric. No more turnovers. And yeah, Bethany did take a great picture of that supposed pass interference.
There's the counter to number 28, Dominguez. He's going to be ahead for, looks like they're going to give him about 2. Nope, just going to give him a yard. I thought 69 was in on the tackle.
Yeah.
So 3rd and 4. 3:25 to go, 3rd quarter. South probably in 4-down territory here. Give him 2 plays to pick up about 5 yards. Fowler's going to throw. He's got a man over the middle. Wow. Incomplete, right in the hands of Kobe Floyd.
Well, I tell you what, it's only the 3rd pass of the game, and all 3 of our passes have been dropped. One of them bounced off our receiver's hands right into a Rock Springs player's hands. And that's our 2nd timeout.
So South's going to call a timeout. When they come back, they'll have 4th down here on 11-12 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Robert Martinez, reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 30.
So South will have 4th down here. About 5 to go at the Rock Springs 39 off of the timeout. Fowler's going to be ahead for the first down.
And more.
Number 5, the safety on the tackle. Wow, that was interesting. He faked the handoff, dived to the right, and then he countered out to the left. And good effort there to get a first down.
13th first down of the game for the Bison. Their first down on 4th down, going for it on 4th. So
needed 5, he got about 6. So fresh set of downs for South. Here, right in this ball game with Rock Springs. Now he's going to throw. I don't know why. Oh, he caught. Now that's in traffic, and he caught it. Ha-ha!
Is that Kobe Floyd?
Redemption there, Kobe Floyd.
15-yard gain.
Number 5 on the play, but the 2 wide open plays hit him right in the hands.
33 to the 20, 13-yard play.
He drops it, and then he's in traffic in the middle of 3 guys and makes a fantastic catch there. And they're inside the 20 at the 19 with a first down. Bison knocking at the Tigers' door. Fowler got to keep it again. And, boy, they really set some of this up with those early fullback runs. Blow it dead, guys. Fowler's going to have a nice positive gain there. 17 had him wrapped up. And Fowler's going to get it almost 5 yards down to the 15. Give him 4, actually, make it 2nd and 6. Floyd checking back in the game. Now Rock Springs going to take a timeout. So let's take a quick one with them here on 11-12 BISN.
Take aim.
Take control.
Take charge. Take pride.
Take over.
Watch us take flight.
.154 left in the third quarter. South down 12-7, but they are threatening. They'll have 2nd and 6 from the Rock Springs 15. And
hey, make sure if you guys are watching this, head over to SouthHighBisonAthletics.com or just go to Google and type in South High Bison and our website will come up. And make sure you put your vote in for what you think was the most memorable win in Cheyenne South football history. There's 5 choices on there, and we will say what was the most important win to everybody next week or in 2 weeks.
So 2nd down. Fowler. Give Trimble. Oh, he's got a big hole. He's inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal. Number 20 on the tackle, and Trimble rips off 11. Actually, 10. They give it to him right at the 5, 1st and goal. South trying to punch it in for the lead here, late third quarter. Double wing formation. A man split each side. Motion. Fowler's going to keep it, and he's not going to have much. He does get a couple, though.
Well, that 17 is just everywhere. I'm surprised he's not up here in the press box at the same time making calls.
He's going to go get him a popcorn in between plays. 2 yards on the carry, 2nd and goal from the 3. This is where you just want to be more of a man than the guy across you and punch him in the mouth.
Speaking of popcorn, there's only one way to eat popcorn when you're at the movie theaters, and that's with layered butter. Not just half butter. Layer it. Layer that butter. If you're not going home with butter on your face.
There's the pitch in there. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Bison.
And who scored that?
Wyatt Garcia. No, yes.
That was
That's
Dominguez.
not Dominguez, is it? No, it's not, is it?
Get your binoculars out. He's right there.
Hang on. I don't think it was. It's the short.
Yeah, it was 28.
Why are they taking it? Oh, someone's hurt. Rock Springs player is down. So South takes the lead 13-12, 45 seconds to go. It was Dominguez, 28. 3-yard carry on the option, and some good play calling here in this drive. South mixed it up a little bit. They don't do a lot out of that double wing, but they mixed it up a little bit through a fake fullback dive and kicked the quarterback out other side for a first down, optioned it there into the end zone, and they have the lead now pending the extra point. Here's the question. Do you go for 2 here or just kick the 1? If you go for 2, it gives you a 3-point lead, and field goal just ties you.
Well, if you see Isaiah Reynolds come out, I don't see Isaiah Reynolds coming out.
I don't see him out there.
So I think they're going to go for 2.
Looks like they are. So let's see what they dial up for this here. Momentum is shifted. Fowler. Under center.
And even the coaches recognized it. Who carried it?
Believe they gave it to the fullback.
You got to recognize that if you're the quarterback. Our player was wide open, uncovered, and we missed it.
But South with the lead late in the game, 45.9 to go, third quarter. Rock Springs will have the wind at their back in the fourth quarter.
Oh, that's
South's
a huge
defense has
miss.
Played really well.
That is a huge miss. How does, the quarterback, you've got to oversee the field before you snap it. And even the coaches were on the sideline jumping up and down.
And jump around.
Jump around. Jump up, and get down.
Now, Randall has proven
jump
to be very dangerous.
Now, is that going to be Isaiah kicking?
It is. Boy, keep the ball away from
Do
Randall.
not kick it
or
to Randall.
Stay in your lanes, maintain lane assignments.
Well, everybody's on the upper side of the hash mark there, so do not kick it to Randall. You got the wind at your back. Squib it. I'd rather squib it. With how your defense has been playing, just squib it.
So they're going to put the boots, and they're going to get it right to Randall at the 5. Randall looking, Randall dancing, Randall with the hole, but he's tackled. Great play there.
Well, who made that tackle? Number 30 did?
He sure did.
Well, who's number 30? Sam Lister, 5'8" junior from Cheyenne, Wyoming.
Give him 26 on the return. Big spot here for the South defense. Rock Springs will go from the shotgun. Buell. Are they calling a timeout?
Who? Oh, no, that's our last one. We're not even in the fourth quarter.
I think it was a personnel issue. They had guys coming onto the field late. They might not have had
what? Take the penalty, man. You just used your last timeout.
5, 6, 7, 8. They might have only had 10 guys out there. So we'll keep it here because there's only 39.4 seconds to go. See if we can effort some scores from around the state.
So real quick, I want to give a shout out cheering on CMN Hospitals. It loves travel shops and county stores this Sunday, September 17th, this Sunday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. at the Loves in Cheyenne, Wyoming, right off the highway off I-25, College Drive exit. Make sure you go there, meet the University of Wyoming cheerleaders at Loves. They'll be signing pictures and hats. They'll also do flips for tips, donations for the Children's Miracle Network hospitals. Grab food while you're there. Lunch by donation from 11 to 2.
So Sheridan leads Kelly Walsh 9-0 second quarter. No score Easton Natrona, and Central up 7-6 over Laramie.
But that East Natrona game, that is a game.
It's going to be an instant classic. So
number
first
2
and
versus
10,
number 3.
Rock Springs in the shotgun. Buell with Randall behind him. Twin receivers each side. Buell. Give to Randall, and he's stuffed.
And who stuffed
Trey
him?
Trimble stuffs him, and it wasn't Randall. It was number 33 on the carry.
Well, he lost 3 yards on that.
And it'll be second down. Great play by Trimble there.
Boy, Rock Springs, 8 yards of offense this quarter. No, I'm sorry. 2 yards of offense.
Second down, they will throw. They have a man at the sideline. 23 finally catches one and avoids a tackler, and he's up close to the first down.
And who made the tackle over there?
I believe Wyatt Garcia was on the tackle.
27.
And it'll be a first down, so they did get
yards.
the 13 yards.
And what number caught that? My fault.
23. And that'll be the end of the quarter. So we go to the fourth, put the 4 in the air as South has a lead, 13-12. 1 quarter to go here from Bison Stadium on 11-12 BISN.
Your Bison Network. Your Bison Network. Your.
What would you do with $500 million?
Ooh, there's a lot to choose from.
I would buy a giant hamster ball.
8 train cars carrying a bunch of beef, $500 million.
Build a tree house.
You build a tree house?
Yeah.
Where?
In the trees. Are you our new teacher?
Beef. Put some in my savings account for college.
What would you do with $500 million?
I would buy a spaceship. Save it.
Did someone tell you to say that? Because that's not what I would
No. Buy a go-kart.
$500 million go-kart.
Beef.
Beef.
Beef. Have you been in my closet this whole time?
No.
So 1st and 10 Tigers to start the fourth quarter.
15
their
yards.
Own 42.
Rock Springs had 15 yards offense in that third quarter. 15. They haven't even gotten 75 yards total offense on us yet. And we're only winning by 1 point. Oh, because of 4 turnovers.
-4.
And 72 penalties.
So Buell under center. Fakes the give, throws to the outside. It's caught by number 11. Oh, and a shoestring tackle there. I believe no. Garcia was on him, the inside guy, so.
How many yards was that?
10 on the play. Into South Territory, ball at the 48. So now they got 33 as the back, and they've got Randall split out, so they're going to try to use him in different ways. Looking for him every play. And that one's overthrown. Incomplete.
Well, that was great coverage. Who was that corner over there? Is that Alex Soto?
Number 2.
Alex Soto with great coverage, step for step with that receiver. And I guarantee you that's what led to that drop pass.
Justice Reese or Ressi.
I mean, I can't credit Soto with the pass breakup, but that was as well defended as you can defend a pass without breaking it up with your hands and getting called for a pass interference. That never happened in the first quarter of this game. Okay, I'm better now.
Big defensive drive for South here, 2nd and 10. Looks like Rock Springs is leaving early. That's thrown to the outside and caught by number 2. And he's up to the 40 for about 8 yards. So 3rd and actually they're going to mark him at the only at the 42. So give him about only 6 on the reception. Big 3rd down here for South.
And you said that was number 2 who caught it?
Yes. Throw over the middle. Caught. Flag on the play. It's going to be Randall, and he's going to take it to the house.
It's going to be offensive pass. It's going to be pass interference on us.
So he goes 42 yards. Man, that little feller's had a rough night over there.
Or is he saying face mask?
So pass interference, and Rock Springs will take the lead there.
So now Rock Springs has scored every way you can. Special teams, run, and pass. Well, except for defense.
And they're going to go for 2 here with the 5-point lead.
18-13.
Let's see if South can come up big. They're going to throw to Randall. It's off his hands. No good. So a touchdown by South will put them into the lead. There's 11-14 to go. South will get the ball. And we have a good one going here on 11-12 BISN, your Bison Network.
Take aim.
Take control.
Take charge. Take pride.
Take over.
Watch us take flight.
So up Rock Springs scores a go-ahead touchdown with 11:14 to go in the game. It's 18-13.
So that's.
Don't you just decline the penalty?
Yeah. That's
Well,
our
we'll
10th
have to
penalty
ask
of the
our
game.
ref buddies about that. You decline either. So I guess that pass interference is enforced, even though they scored the touchdown. And Rock Springs will boot this one away. And easily in and out of the end zone with the wind at their back. So, boy, that's kind of weird to me. They have pass interference on the play and score the touchdown. In every other league that you decline the penalty and the touchdown's good, you don't march a pass interference off on the kickoff. But who knows what the NFHS is cooked up in the offseason. Wonder what kind of rule changes are coming in basketball this year. 1st and 10 South. They'll have to drive the length of the field here. They'll start with it at their 20. And they'll start with option right. Cutback. And Garcia, I believe, is going to have a couple of yards. It is Garcia. I believe number 20 was in on the tackle. Garcia will get 3, 2nd and 7. And South has really got to be methodical here in this drive. Natrona takes the 7-0 lead over East. Thunder Basin just smashing Gillette 26-0 second quarter. 2nd and 7 South. This time Tremble's going to be run back. He's going to end up losing yards. It's number 17 again. They only mark him back. Looks like they're going to lose him a yard on the play. Or actually, marking him back where the original line of scrimmage was. So no loss. 3rd and 7 here for South. In a game where South has committed 4 turnovers and double-digit penalties, but they're still in this game with Rock Springs, down 18-13, 10 minutes to go in the game. Fowler's going to keep it up the middle, and he's not going to have the first down. Positive gain of about 5 yards. 77, that's the first time we've called his number. He's a big boy. 4th and 2, and here comes the punt team, and Randall is deep, and I believe Dominic Swank's going to be the punter here. They'll punt from about the 29-yard line. Snap is high, and he's going to do the old Australian kind of kick. Get it, South, and they down it at the 50, right at midfield. So 21 on the kick. And this is a big, big defensive series for South here.
Huge.
And Randall's lined up in the slot here near side. They have trips receivers this side. They don't have him covered. They better get someone over there.
There they go.
So 1st and 10. Look for him on an in route. Fowler's going to have to be looking at from his safety position. Trips receivers near side for Buell. And he'll throw to the single guy on the far side. Way overshoots him.
Well, that's his 22nd pass attempt of this game. He's got 82 yards passing, 42 of it on one play.
Coach Noble elegantly with the text. I won't read it word for word for FCC reasons, but he says that the officiating crew made a mistake. They're not supposed to enforce the pass interference on the kickoff.
That's what I thought. That's the second time they've done it.
First time I've ever seen it done. Buell again going to throw. Oh, my goodness! Soto went for the interception and missed it, number 2. And that's going to be a 30-yard completion. And, boy, Soto was inches away from a pick 6, but that's where you live or you die there. Because when he missed it, the guy caught it right behind him and went to the 22, so 28 yards. Oh, man. That was so close to a pick 6.
Well, if he wouldn't have cut his fingernails last night, that would have been an interception. So
1st and 10 now, Rock Springs, and now South trying to get guys off the field, and they don't do it. They got flagged. Oh, and they stuffed the run up the middle, but try to make a substitution on the defensive line.
That's going to be our 11th penalty of the game, Steve.
Couldn't get the guy off the field.
I think the most penalties we had in a game coming into tonight was like 5 or 6. So shooting yourself in the foot, and
legal participation. So instead of 2nd and maybe 12 or 13, it's going to be 1st and 5 inside the 20 at the 17. And South doesn't have the offense to come from a 2-score deficit with a half a quarter. So
it's sad when you've outplayed a team and you're losing because of your own mistakes,
Number 11 on the reception there, and
we already have Mr. Blanchard, but we'll do it again. But, yeah, Brendan Locke plays for the state tennis title tomorrow. I want to give a shout-out to the rest of the South Bison tennis team. We did mention that earlier in the broadcast. Want to wish him the best of luck. And here comes another 5 yards on South.
Offsides, so the whole defensive line jumped, and that's going to take it down to probably a 1st and goal. Yep, just inside the 10. It'll be 1st and goal, Rock Springs. 8:34 to go in the game.
Shooting themselves in their own foot. Mistakes. This is mental mistakes right here, Steve.
Rock Springs will pack it in a double wing of themselves. Give it to Randall. He was initially hit, but he chugs down to about the 2. Wyatt Garcia in from his corner position to make the tackle.
First rush of the quarter for Rock Springs as they've been passing.
Randall again, and he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Rock Springs. Oh, man. Still 8 minutes to go in this game, but how disappointing. Had such a good feeling about this night. South played so well, got up early, and just kicking themselves in the hind end.
Like I said, we've outplayed this team. When you look at the yardage, it's going to be amazing. If you were to look at the yardage alone, and, stats, who made that kick?
Number 9, extra points up and good. 25-13, Allen.
When you look at the stats without looking at the score, if you were to see the stats, you would honestly think South was winning this game right now, 25-13. But then you look at the turnovers, and it's just amazing what turnovers and penalties. And these penalties, they've come at the most inopportune times. You're driving down the field and you get a false start that leads into a hold later, or it's things like that that's just biting this young team in the butt right now. And since we're not FCC regulated, I'll say it, but
I think you can say but. I think you're good with the FCC there.
So now South, with 8:07 left in the game, down 2 scores, you've got to score quick. I mean, you've got to take one drive to score quick, and then hope your defense holds, and then from there it's all in your hands, like Allstate, and they're not even a sponsor of mine.
So the game not over by a far stretch, but South's got a hole now to dig out of. Their biggest deficit of the game, 12 points. Garcia and Wilkin will be back deep.
Rock Springs has scored 13 points this quarter alone.
They'll squib it, and Garcia will have it at the 10. Ooh, and he just gets smoked at the 20. Wow. Number 20, that's 85. The kicker's down, holding his kicking leg. I believe number 20 was first on that tackle. He'll actually mark him to the 21.
And we're going to take a timeout for this injury.
So you're listening to high school football on 1112 BISN.
Your
Bison Network.
Your Bison.
What would you do with $500 million?
Ooh, there's a lot to choose from.
I would buy a giant hamster ball.
8 train cars carrying a bunch of beef, $500 million.
Build a treehouse.
You build a tree house?
Yeah.
Where?
In the trees. Are you our new teacher?
Beef. Put some in my savings account for college.
What would you do with $500 million?
I would buy a spaceship. Save it.
Did someone tell you to say that? Because that's not what I would do.
No. Buy a go-kart.
$500 million go-kart.
Beef.
Beef.
Beef. Have you been in my closet this whole time? Yeah.
Stop it. Your move.
Checkmate. Beef. Beef. Beef.
Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Take aim.
Take control.
Take charge. Take pride.
Take over.
Watch us take flight.
Hey, I'm Eric from Bison Football, and you're watching the game on 1112 BISN Network.
So we're back here live from Bison Stadium, fourth quarter action, 8:02 to go in the ball game. South down 25-13. Isaiah Reynolds, the kicker, being helped off, and he is putting no weight whatsoever on that right foot. So they better get the backup punter, Jaden Cummings, warmed up. I don't know who they use for backup place kicking.
It'll be Dominic Swank.
So South has a huge uphill battle to contend with here. Down 2 scores, 8 minutes to go, 80 yards of field in front of them, and not really a high-octane offense. Let's see what they come out and do. 1st and 10. Fowler. Gonna throw. Has a man. Oh, my goodness.
Just overthrew him.
Yeah, and it looked like the receiver kind of stopped. Is that Hunter Scott there?
Yeah.
Had him open over the middle, but he kind of hesitated. I think Fowler actually threw it right where it needed to be, but Hunter Scott kind of hesitated, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Swank checking in.
It's quiet on this feed because we've dominated this Rock Springs team, and literally have dominated this team. And
There's
our
gonna
own
be
mistakes.
Oh, is the ball on the ground there? It looks like it is.
No. Who made the tackle, though? Was it Kari or Fowler who ran it?
Are you sure it wasn't Dominguez? Three yards on the play there by Kari Wright, so 3rd down and 7. Fowler. Going to give to Wright on the counter, and he is going to gain a few more, but it's going to bring up 3rd and about 5, 3rd and 4. 4th down. My apologies, and looks like South will punt it away and try to play defense here. Randall deep. South used all their timeouts already, so they're powerless to stop the clock.
Yes, they are.
And I don't think you'll see Rock Springs gunning it from that formation. Ooh, Randall's going to be able to field this, and he's got a lot of room. Cuts back to the middle, gets to the outside, 35-30, and knocked out of bounds there by, I think,
Hunter Scott.
Yep. fielded it at about the 40-yard line, so 10, 20, 30, about 33 on the return. And now Rock Springs has 1st and 10 at the South 27. They stay in their spread formation. Buell in the backfield. Throws. Wants it all. To the end zone. What a catch there. Touchdown, Rock Springs. Number 23. Wow, what an athletic catch there. And, man, he hasn't caught anything all night long that has hit him right in the hands. That one he had to go up over a South defender and make a highlight catch. And
boy, Wilkin, I think, just mistimed his jump. I think he just jumped just a second too early, Steve, or that could have been, tipped away or even possibly intercepted. But you got to give credit to number 23. He's dropped everything that's been thrown at him today. And that one pass that he's actually really well covered on, he actually makes.
So this one now kind of getting out of the grasp of South. 32-13 Rock Springs. Let's take a timeout. We have 6:24 to go in the ball game on 11-12 BISN.
Your Bison Network.
Take aim.
Take control.
Take charge. Take pride.
Take over.
Watch this. Take flight.
So 20 unanswered points from Rock Springs in the fourth quarter. You hear the score 32-13. Actually, South had a 13-12 lead going into this fourth quarter.
And have dominated this team. Other than 2 plays, we've dominated this team. And give Rock Springs credit. They've just stuck to their game plan, and they're the team that has made the least of the mistakes, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't converted a 3rd down all game. They're like 0 for 10 on 3rd down conversions, but you know what? You've made the plays when you need to, and that's what a solid, experienced team will do.
Garcia from the 8. Oh, there's a big collision. Nice block there. And Garcia's going to get it up across the 20 to the 23.
15-yard return.
6:19 to go. South down 3 scores. And Fowler will bring the play into the huddle. Man, what could have been here tonight?
Boy, this game is going to go down to missed opportunities and mistakes, youthful mistakes, Steve. And give Rock Springs credit. They took advantage of the mistakes we made.
Fowler to throw. Fowler looks over the middle and again hits Floyd right in the hands.
And who intercepted it?
Pick 6 there. Number 5. And that hit Kobe Floyd right in the hands.
Yes, it did.
Right in stride. People can get up and read the newspaper tomorrow and think that, that Rock Springs just came down here and put a whooping on South, and all the pundits around the state are going, ooh, Rock Springs going to probably move them up to 4 in the state, or no, it's Floyd. No, it was the fancy. It was the fancy gold shoes.
Yep.
Yeah, it don't matter. I thought it was pretty sure it was Floyd. If I'm wrong, I apologize profusely, but thought it was the golden shoes. 38-13 now, so holy cow. I'm going to feel bad for these kids, man, but snap, kick right through. So I tell you who is happy. Our sponsors are happy tonight because they're getting a lot of airtime. Let's take a timeout on 11-12 BISN.
I am but one of American National's clients. Thanks, Tina. That's my insurance agent. American National is some of the most generous reward programs in the industry, like cash back. If you go claim-free for 3 consecutive years, they'll send you a check for 25% of your first-year auto and home premiums. It's being smart with your money. For my insurance, I don't want to be lectured, I want to be heard. American National listens and offers the right coverage with real rewards. American National. Smart thinking rewarded.
Let Robert Martinez reward your smart thinking. Call him today at 307-514-5003.
Oh, the extra point was good. After that, there was a personal foul on South, maybe losing their composure a little bit. We thought that we saw the official signify an ejection. We cannot confirm that, and we don't.
Well, I see Wyatt pacing the sidelines.
He's in the back, and he's been being given a talking to by one of the Bison players, Brady Dunn, and so here we go again. Rock Springs going to kick off from the 45, and so we can't neither confirm nor deny, but it looked like we might have an ejection in the game, and that kick is going to go right through the upright. So
it's going to be offsides on Rock Springs. Do you make him re-kick or?
As far as that went, I don't know. Maybe. If so, that'll back him up from the 45 to the 50 and make him re-kick it.
Hard to believe that at the start of the fourth quarter, South was leading 13-12. 27 unanswered points by Rock Springs.
In less than 6 minutes of game time. We still got 6:09
so
to go in the
6:09
game.
left.
And a hush is falling over the crowd, who was awful boisterous through most of the game, helping this team out.
It's kind of, I'd say it's the shock factor.
It is. You don't even know how to feel right now. That's going to go in and out of the end zone. Didn't quite make the field goal there, but so South will start at their 20-yard line, and South will trot the offense out again.
I mean, Rock Springs, they've only run the ball twice this quarter, Steve. They've run the ball twice this quarter. The rest have been passing. They've scored everything in the air.
1st and 10 South. Kobe Floyd will come near side. Give straight ahead to the fullback. Gets a couple of yards. Tackled by number 50, it looks like. Give Trimble 4 on the carry, straight ahead. 2nd and 6, South.
And who on the tackle?
Number 50. Devlin Bowman. This time they'll give on the counter. Nope. Fowler's going to keep it. Roll, throw. And I don't know who he was throwing to. It was about halfway in between Hunter Scott and Swank. I don't know why every design pass they roll him to his left. I mean, that's a hard throw to make as a quarterback. You hardly ever see him roll naturally out to his right and throw the ball. Could be the way the defense is lining up against him. Maybe in the scouting of this during the week, they think they got a weaker defensive right in the pass game. I don't know, but you don't hardly ever see him go the other way. 3rd and long. Now he's going to roll to his right. Step. Comes back the other way. He's scrambling. Throws. Has a man. Oh! It's tipped and almost caught. Oh! Kari right deep in the pattern. The Rock Springs player barely got a hand on it. That was a nice throw by Fowler there.
That was number 4. That was nice overall play by Fowler to keep it alive.
Yeah,
you know?
it scrambled, and of course, if that Rock Springs player wouldn't have just got a fingernail on it.
Damon Longfellow.
Yep.
6 foot tall.
Kari Wright might have had a big gainer for South, but they trot the punt team out once again. They'll kick it from their own 25-yard line. Snap. Punt. And that's going to die at the Rock Springs 44-yard line. So 5:08 to go, and Rock Springs will trot the offense back out. 27 unanswered points. They lead by 26. And South's going to move to 0-5, it looks like, on the season. Rock Springs will go to 3-2. Probably remain in that top 5.
And it doesn't get any easier for South as they make the long trek up north. Number 1 ranked Sheridan next Friday night in Sheridan.
We do got to keep in mind we have Central, Laramie, and Gillette.
Penalty on.
Yeah, Rock Springs has just picked up a 10-yard penalty, so they'll be back at the 34. But
it's only their 5th penalty of the game, though. You know, they've made the least mistakes, and here's what it comes down to: they've made the least mistakes, and they've taken advantage of all the mistakes we've made. Well, I wouldn't say all of them, but most of them.
Rock Springs still going to the air, up 26 points.
And who made that?
Number 40 with the catch.
.34 to the 43 9-yard gain.
Yep. 2nd and 1. Buell going to pass and overthrows number 40 that time. Swank was in coverage there. Again, we can't stress enough that there are winnable games for South down the stretch. Their playoff hopes are not dead, even though they're 0-5.
This was a game we should have won, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
We beat ourselves this game.
Yep. But so we got to stay behind. This team keep showing up here at South and keep listening and checking in on these boys because, again, playoff hopes are not dead. They have some winnable games down the stretch. They have gotten better. Looked like a good team tonight, played well, but penalties and turnovers were the story tonight. Let's just keep it right here as Rock Springs calls a timeout. You know, tonight South outplayed them down to down and play to play, but 4 turnovers, probably 12 or 13 penalties for probably nearly 150 yards in penalties.
They're at 13 yards. They're at 13 penalties right now. As a matter of fact, I'm out of penalty box.
Yeah.
So they're at 13, and you know you've had 1, 2, 3, 4 of them of the 15-yard, you know, variety, unsportsmanlike conduct, a couple pass interference calls, and you turn in 5 turnovers with that, Steve, and that's going to beat you every time.
One of the turnovers being a pick 6.
Both interceptions in this game against Eric Fowler literally hit the receivers right in the hands.
Now Rock Springs will go into their double wing. Ball's on the ground. Buell picks it up, and he's going to be tackled for a big loss. Who's that?
Packard with the loss. Boy, how many did he lose?
Lose about 5. And that'll bring up 4th down. And
boy, they're going to finish with under 50 yards rushing this game. Rock Springs will finish with under 50 yards rushing.
And surely you think they'd punt.
Yeah.
And on a punt play, South jumps off sides.
How does that happen? How does that literally happen?
Will that give him the 1st down? Oh, my goodness. Wow. Wow. About all we can say at this point, folks, is wow.
Mm-hmm. It's only the 7th first down of the game for Rock Springs, yet they've scored 39 points.
And Randall gets drilled on the far side. I believe that's Dominguez.
Mm-hmm.
He'll get 5 on the pass play. Buell in the shotgun. Give straight ahead. Nothing doing there. 55, Price Sanchez.
And who made the run? 33?
With the tackle, 33 with the run. And Rock Springs will go back to their double wing formation.
No gain?
No gain on the play. Randall up the middle, and he's met and stuff, but boy, they're still pushing the pile forward. Going to give him about 4 yards. And 51, Hagberg with the tackle. Oh, there's a fumble. Well, I'm wondering if Hagberg recovered that.
Well, I'm going to say he did.
Because he was the one that got up off the pile. I had the binoculars right on it and don't think I saw a fumble.
Huge turnover for South with 2.5 minutes left in the game. That's exactly what you need.
Boy, this would be the time of the game to try to work on some specialty plays or something, but
spreading them out.
Give it right up to the fullback, who's bumbling and stumbling. And there's a fumble, but the ball's down. That was Soto on the carry. Soto's going to get 9 yards up the middle. I believe 50 and 68. On the tackle, so 2nd and 1, South, 2:06 and counting. Down by a bunch. Fowler to Dominguez. Dominguez is going to have the first down. He's tackled by number 54. Going to get about 5 on the carry. Be 1st and 10 South at the 41. Work on that passing game now or something. You're going to need something down the stretch. Something new and exciting and double wing, double split. Fowler drops to throw. Over the middle, Hunter Scott. That's incomplete.
Fowler 1 for 9 on the game for 13 yards.
Ugh.
I'd say he's probably had more dropped passes, though, than he's had just flat-out incomplete passes. We're going to lose to a Rock Springs team that, in my opinion, we were better than tonight. I know the score says otherwise, but
there's Soto. He cracks off a big one out of the fullback position. Boy, a little bit of a late hit there, but number 5 on the tackle. Soto's going to go from the 41 down to the 26, 15 on the carry. Buck 16 and counting.
So our next broadcast will be in 2 weeks against Laramie, I think. And I think that's homecoming week.
Fowler, Dominguez, up the middle. Dominguez has a hole. Dominguez, down to the 10, down to the 8. 34 on the tackle. And South does not have a timeout. There's 57 seconds to go.
How many yards was that run?
26 to the 8, 16 yards.
16 yards.
Fowler, under center. They probably need to pass it here. Why do you give it to the fullback up the middle with 57 seconds to go? You have no timeouts. And Rock Springs slow getting up off the pile. Come on. And Rock Springs has a guy that's slow to get up, luckily. But, I know you're down 39-13, but you have 57 seconds. You have 1st and goal, and you give to the fullback up the middle with no timeouts. I just don't like it.
injury.
There was an injured Rock Springs player, slow to get up. So as soon as they get him tended to, they'll snap the ball. Is that 56? See who the injured Rock Springs player is here.
But Rock Springs has thrown the ball 27 times this game, Steve.
So Brian Mattinson, he's walking off under his own power. So if the Mattinson clan's listening, Rock Springs, your boy's okay.
21 run plays, 27 pass plays.
That's balance. We knew they'd be balanced coming in. So ball's at the 6-yard line, 28 seconds to go. Second down, you got 3 plays. Throw the ball, stop the clock.
Throw a fade route.
Or get in the end zone.
They're in man coverage up top.
Fowler will throw, and it is a fade. He called it. Oh, Kobe Floyd.
No, that was Hunter Scott.
Oh, was it? No, that's Kobe.
No, that's Kobe Floyd. Drops the pass.
That would have been a heck of a catch. He almost brought the one-hander down, so. 16 seconds. So, again, Allen said we'll be on the air 2 weeks from tonight, homecoming versus Laramie.
Rivalry game.
Next week, check SouthHighBisonAthletics.com. Allen will have a radio link up to the game in Sheridan. So you can listen to that. Lots of season to go for these boys. 3rd down and goal. Option. Dominguez! Is it? Nope! Oh, and that's going to run the clock out. Gets stopped right at the goal line. And a spike won't work here. And they can't get the ball snapped. And that's the ball game.
Well, that ref up there just doesn't want to give anything to
So that'll do it here from South. The final score, and boy, this is nothing like the game went, but the score, Rock Springs 39, South 13. Tough game for the Bison. Remember to check out SouthHighBisonAthletics.com for all your sports. We've got a player in the state championship in tennis tomorrow, so check out the results there. Volleyball's coming to a close here in the next couple of weeks with regionals and state tournament. South still has 4 football games left, and all your information.
Still got cross country.
Cross country and all the information you need on SouthHighBisonAthletics.com. That's going to do it for us tonight. For Alan Cummings, Phil Vigil, Scott Hume, this is Steve McDonald, and you've listened to high school football here on 1112 BISN.
Your Bison Network.